What is next for Jake Paul? Well, after completely destroying Mike Tyson for 8 rounds straight, what is next for him? Well, a potential fight for Jake Paul is a fight against Canelo, since Jake Paul has called out Canelo for many years, and Canelo is no longer looking for competitive fights. He's only looking for money fights, and there's no one at 168 that Canelo can fight that can make money except David Benavidez, which won't happen because Canelo is a pussy. Now, Jake Paul versus Canelo is going to be very hard to make because both will not be able to agree on the rules for this fight, especially if this fight takes place in a couple of years when Canelo is older. But Canelo will have no problem destroying and knocking out Jake Paul. Now, another potential fight for Jake Paul is a fight against Archer Beterbiev. Yes, the undisputed light heavyweight champion, since Archer Beterbiev is interested in fighting Jake Paul. Now, why is Archer Beterbiev interested in fighting Jake Paul? Well, that's because Archer Beterbiev is 39 years old and is looking for a money fight. But I don't understand why he's interested in fighting Jake Paul and not Canelo, since he'll make the same amount of money fighting Canelo and will gain way more respect for beating Canelo. Archer Beterbiev should also be focused on that rematch with Dimitri Bivol, not on Jake Paul. But Archer Beterbiev will have no problem knocking out Jake Paul.
Now let's talk about this fight with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, because at first most were saying that this fight is a joke, considering that Mike Tyson is old and that he doesn't have it in him to go all rounds with Jake Paul, let alone knock him out. And that turned out to be the case, because right away we see that Mike Tyson's age definitely slowed him down, because he barely threw and landed anything throughout the whole entire fight. But now let's talk about Jake Paul, because Mike Tyson performing bad was expected, but nobody expected Jake Paul to put on a bad and boring performance. Well, here's the thing. I understand that Jake Paul at first, he couldn't start off too fast, simply because that's when Mike Tyson could have been the most dangerous, and considering that Mike Tyson hasn't fought in a long time, so Jake Paul didn't know how he was going to come out. But after round 2, it was clear that Mike Tyson wasn't going to be improving, he was just going to be declining, and we've seen that. So why didn't Jake Paul just go for the kill? Because Mike Tyson was not going to fight back, because he didn't have it in him. He didn't have the speed, and he didn't have the movement, and he didn't have the power to come at Jake Paul and push him back. So the finish was there, but Jake Paul didn't go for it. Instead, he decided to give the fans a boring and trash fight. So once again, this is just another fight where we don't get to find out if Jake Paul has actually been improving or not. So in the end, everyone on social media is clowning on Jake Paul, not only because he actually fought a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, but also because he couldn't get the job done after all that trash talk. So the true answer for what's next for Jake Paul is that he shouldn't fight Canelo or Archer Beterbiev. Instead, he should fight somebody who's almost his age and who has similar or more experience and who's actually a boxer, but he's not going to do that. So at this point, him fighting another retired MMA fighter is just way better than him making a similar fight to this Mike Tyson fight.